What's up, YouTube? I've been asked by a couple people to explain how I build my boxes, and while I'm not going to build one, I feel like a little more detailed walkthrough of this specific box and its components might be helpful. This box is, aside from the electronic components, battery, relay, and switch, is completely custom designed and built by me, including the atomizer. I've done all the machine work and everything myself, which is why it is so janky, but it is fantastic and it is extremely reliable and powerful. I'm going to start with the battery, just because that is my most commonly asked question. What the hell is in that? The screws that I used for this are the same screws that go in replacement electrical plugs for extension cords and such. They don't require nearly as many turns as a standard screw, and I had a bunch laying around. All I used to build the housing for this was a 1-inch nylon plate. I'm going to scoot my seat up, which is actually a coffee table. I don't feel like standing up. Okay. This was a 1-inch nylon plate. I have a whole bunch that I got from a machinist buddy of mine, and I just put it in the mill and milled this thing out. It's 2 individual pieces that I attached. I would disassemble the top section to give you a better look at the insides, except that I built this box so I couldn't break it, so I can't take that apart. The Lipo just fits in here nice and snug, plugs in. This is a 5,000 milliamp hour 20C 3 series 3 cell. So all that means is this battery is capable of 100 amps continuous at full voltage, 12.6 volts. The battery itself, when I've tested voltage drop at the battery contacts, is almost non-existent up to about 700 watts. I've got juice all over this thing, so if you see me wiping it off, oh well. But yes, this battery is ridiculously powerful. I have jump started our 3/4 ton work truck with it a couple of times. I rigged up some Dean's connector jumper cables for the battery. Works extremely well. I used to carry one of these around for my Jeep. Okay. Now inside is a 12 volt, 60 amp continuous, 120 amp burst automotive relay. It's fairly large. I left all of my solder joints open because you never know when you're going to have to fix it. Everything is well within its clearances. There's nothing going to touch. No solder joint's going to cross over. No arcing of any kind. The switch is the $10 AutoZone special. This particular switch is an 8 amp, 100 watt, I believe is what it's rated for from AutoZone at 12 volts. Which all the specs that they give on the box don't exactly all add up. But considering that all this does is carry about a 1/2 amp to turn the relay on, there's not much to it. If you can see up past it, right up in here, where's my screwdriver? Right up in here, that is the base of the atomizer. It is a 1/2 inch in diameter. This atomizer mics at 34 or 36.4 millimeters in diameter at the base. Build deck is slightly smaller than that. I used 1024 grub screws for my posts. The posts are, I don't remember exactly what they were. They're just a hair over a 1/4 inch, but I don't remember exactly what I mic'd them at. They're massive. Post holes are 1/8 inch or just a hair over 3 millimeters. Just a hair under. I always get confused. Either way, they're massive post holes. You can easily fit quad 18 gauge in this without any trouble at all. No issues with grub screws backing out. I actually thought I would have to machine the little texture off the bottom of them, the little ring, and they actually help hold the wire in. I was really surprised that it didn't cut the wire, but it works extremely well. My cap is 12 millimeters wide. The airflow holes are 12 millimeters wide by 3 millimeters tall. 4 millimeters tall. I apologize. I should write all this stuff down. Really, it would help a lot. And if I had a computer, I could just like show you guys a spec sheet or something. That'd be so much easier. But anyway, that's literally all there is to this box. I used a 10 gauge fiberglass braided 200 degrees Celsius temperature rated lead wire. This is electric motor lead wire. All of it's tinned, pre-tinned and everything. This particular wire is rated at I want to say like 110 amps according to our spec sheets at work. I can post video or links of that, whatever, later on. I did drop a screw a moment ago. And I suppose one screw will do for now, just to hold the lid on. That's literally all there is to this box. There's no fancy resistors, no power controls. I am actually toying around with designing a new housing to fit a large 12-volt capacitor for much the same reason as you get for a sound system in your car. Capacitor just run in line with the atomizer and kind of absorb the shock when you first fire, kind of help prevent the voltage drop. We'll see how that goes. I love the PWM design, the pulse width modules, but I don't have the money or time to figure one out. So why not just run 12 volts unregulated? When you build it right, you can vape it extremely well. It takes about half a cotton ball to wake usually, and I almost always use a 1/4-inch screwdriver anymore to build my coils on, just because I can fit so much wick inside these giant coils. And it takes about 10 mils of fluid just to get everything wet. It is massive. It does require a lot higher wattage build in order to make this Addy perform well. I find that anything below 200 watts is really doesn't perform for crap. There's just so much space inside of this. Let's see. I think I have a 22 millimeter Addy I can put in here to show you the difference. Of course, I don't have one on hand, but I have an old school 5mm cartomizer tank, and that fits almost all the way up inside of this. I do have a nylon insert to replace the fan that I melted at 1000 watts. It has 7 1/8-inch air holes in it, and it helps with spitback a lot. The relay, I got at Radio Shack for like $6, $7. The switch you can get at most any hardware store or automotive hardware store for like, I think I paid $10 for the switch. The battery is the most expensive part in this, just out of the inside of the box, and that was like $60. So really for the insides, it's not very expensive. It's very little wiring. It's a very simple, very easy fix, or very easy design, and you get to hear the relay click. So if something's not working, you'll know, because the relay won't fire. I'm going to have to do something about the lighting in this garage. I think this is the longest video on my YouTube channel yet. If you guys have any questions about anything about this, feel free to ask, or check out my Facebook page, APV Customs. APV is all caps. Other than that, be safe and vape on, guys.